What's up, people? Welcome back to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. And Manchester United have just beaten Wolves 1-0 in the debut game of the season. We had a goal from Rafael Varane. Overall, we will obviously jump into how the performance was. We will do a bit of a deep dive around how the game went overall. But please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's jump straight on into it. So, where do we start? It was a tough watch. It really, really was. It was a very, very tough watch. Let's start with the positivities because you know I like to be positive on this channel. Man of the match, 100% Onana. He was absolutely unbelievable. It wasn't a good result at all. It really wasn't. It was probably the worst result. The worst performance I've seen under Erik ten Hag ever. Genuinely. I know we lost 7-0 to Liverpool, but we looked so poor. We looked so sloppy. We gave away so many balls. Every time we had a head-to-head, we got out-muscled. I don't really know what to say. I was struggling throughout the match. I was thinking, what am I going to say on this match reaction? How am I going to react to this game? What am I going to say to you lot? Onana, unbelievable. Obviously, at the end, it probably should have been a penalty to Wolves. Let's be straight. It probably should have been a penalty to Wolves. They probably feel like they've been robbed. They probably should have won the game 3 or 4-0. They should have. They had so many opportunities. But the one shining light from that team for Manchester United today was Onana. Onana was unbelievable. Let's just put aside the penalty bit at the end because they didn't give it as a penalty. So let's just move on from that. Onana was absolutely unbelievable today. He made some quality saves. He proved all the haters wrong. All of the pundits who said he's not as good as De Gea. He made loads of De Gea-esque saves today. He made loads of saves with his feet. He did loads of things which were really, really difficult. So big ups to De Gea. Big ups to De Gea. Big ups to Onana. He was very, very good. But other than that, I don't really know what other positivities I can draw from it. And you know how positive I like to be on this channel. You know that that's my kind of thing. I'm a positive person. If we were up against the Liverpool, a Manchester City, a Chelsea today, I think we would have got absolutely battered. I do. I really, really do believe that. They had so many opportunities to score, which they didn't do. Yeah. How does everybody feel about it? Do let me know in the comment section. How are you guys all feeling about the game so far? Were you happy with the performance? I assume nobody watching was happy with the performance because I certainly wasn't. I wasn't. Obviously, Varane got his goal, so big ups to Varane. 2 years to the day he signed for Manchester United. So on his anniversary, he scores. So that's a positive, I guess. I was actually at the game when he signed 2 years ago. So yeah, I'm happy for Rafael Varane. He doesn't score many goals. So for him to get a goal today on his anniversary, obviously that's really, really good. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I need some of you guys to give me some feedback. You know, I'm going to do my my ratings for the team. So I'm going to go with Onana. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Wan-Bissaka, I think he was maybe like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Rafael Varane, 7 or 8. Lisandro Martinez, probably a 6. Luke Shaw, 7. It's when we start moving into the midfield and the attack, things start to go really, really wrong. So Casemiro looks slow. He looks sluggish. He didn't look like his usual self. I'd probably give him a 5. Garnacho had a poor match. I'd probably give him a 4 or 5. Mason Mount didn't have a great game. Bruno didn't have a good game. Rashford didn't have a good game. Anthony didn't have a good game. You know, it was all of the attacking players that really, really let us down today. I think overall our defence looked quite solid. Obviously, we didn't concede any goals. They probably should have scored a couple of goals, you know, if we're going to be fair to Wolves. But generally, the one shining light from this game was Rafael Varane. He was really, really good. Rafael Varane was quality. He obviously scored his goal. Onana was quality. But other than that, I don't know what there is to be positive about. I don't. Let me know in the comment section, guys. How did you feel about the match? Were you happy with it? Did you think it was a deserved win? And everyone, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. The one thing I will say is, right, this time last year, we just lost to Brighton at home. I was at that game and it was absolutely miserable. It was so miserable. We then went on to lose 4-0 against Brentford, okay? So if we're looking at it purely from a results business, we've improved since last year, okay? I know the football was awful. I know we were terrible, but we have won the match. We've got the 3 points. That's the most important thing. So let's just all... let's just forget about the negatives for 1 minute. I know we played terribly. I said on the watch along, I think it was the worst performance I've seen under Erik ten Hag in the whole time he's been here. I genuinely believe that. I think it was the worst performance I've ever seen as Erik ten Hag as the manager. It was awful, but we won the match. We won 1-0. Rafael Varane got his goal. Onana was man of the match. We have 3 points in the bag. That's good. We have 3 points. We could have lost that match. Imagine if we'd have sat here, we'd played like that, and we'd lost 3-4-0. It would be absolutely miserable. At least we won the game. I know that's not... It's a little bit of positivity out of that match, okay? If they'd have got a goal at the end, imagine if we were sat here and Onana had given away that penalty. It probably should have been a penalty, I think, but imagine if it had have been a penalty and we were all sat here, 1-1, we would all be absolutely devastated, wouldn't we? You know? But to get the 3 points, I wouldn't want to be a Wolves fan today. I really would not. They must be absolutely fuming. Imagine if you were a Wolves fan. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling about this one, guys. I'm really struggling to get some positivity here. I really, really am. And you know that 99% of the time, I'm the most positive person there is. I don't like to be negative. I don't like to spread toxicity or any of it. But I simply cannot be positive after that game. The only positives I can draw from it are Onana. I think we can all agree that Onana had a really good game. I would say he was man of the match. Obviously, I'm happy that Rafael Varane got his goal, but Sancho should have been playing probably. He was much better when he came on. Pellistri looked decent when he came on. I don't know. I just think we're screaming out for Sofian Amrabat. Our midfield got carved through so many times. People were going past, you're right. Wolves players were going past 2 or 3 of our players easily without any trouble whatsoever. Whereas we'd get the ball, we'd try and start an attack, and we'd get completely out-muscled. We'd get pushed off the ball. We all looked weak. We all looked like... somebody in the chat was saying we looked petite, which is small. You know, we all looked small. Wolves were like completely out-muscling us. They really, really will. We have to improve against Tottenham. We play Tottenham on Saturday away from home. Their first game of the season at home. They're going to want to win that game. Obviously, Harry Kane's just left. Those fans are going to be up for it. They really, really will. We need to put in a better performance against them. I think we will see a different starting 11. I don't think Garnacho will play. As much as I love Garnacho, I think it will probably be Rashford on the left, and I think we'll probably see Anthony Martial or Jadon Sancho as a striker. And you know what? I'm all for it. I love Garnacho, but it didn't work today. Rashford didn't work as a striker. Garnacho, for whatever reason, didn't have a good game. Anthony was just Anthony. He didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything good. Rashford, 100%, does not work as a striker, I don't think. I know he scores goals, but all of those goals were off the left last year, weren't they? So I understand why people in the chat keep telling me Rashford doesn't work as a striker. Today was a prime example of it. He was really, really poor up front. Let's just all take a deep breath, though, okay? We've won the match. We've got the 3 points. Football is a results business. It was absolutely awful to watch, but we did win the game. We've got 3 points. We're better off than we were this time last season. Let's try and be positive. Let's build on this. Let's go into the game against Tottenham and let's put out a good performance because that's all we can do. We can only improve from here. I honestly do not think we could play a worse game than that. That was the worst performance I've seen of Manchester United since Erik ten Hag's been here. That genuinely was worse than when we lost 7-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool, I know the result when you look at it on paper looked terrible, but every single time Liverpool had a shot, it went in the goal. It was a crazy match, that Liverpool game. It really, really was. And in the first half against Liverpool at Anfield, we were actually good and we should have scored a couple of goals. So it definitely was the worst performance. And to think that we lost 7-0 to Liverpool and I'm saying this today was worse and we've won, it says something, doesn't it? I don't know whether that's maybe because people had higher expectations for the season. Maybe some of you thought that we were going to win the league. Maybe some of you thought that we were going to win the Champions League. I don't know what your expectations were for the season. I thought we'd finish top 4. After that game today, obviously we've got the 3 points, great, but I think we're going to be battling for top 4. I don't think it'll be comfortable. But as I said, all we can do is improve from that. I don't think we can get worse from that. I genuinely don't. I don't want to speak too soon. Hopefully we don't now go and play Tottenham and get absolutely battered by them. That is a possibility. If we play like we did today against Tottenham on Saturday, we will get battered by them. I'm confident of it because they'll finish their chances. Wolves were very unlucky today. Onana made some great saves. They should have got a penalty at the very end of the game. So we've got to play a completely different style of football against Tottenham. We need to have a different starting 11 probably, and we need to go out there and win that match because, somebody in the chat saying, are we ready for the season? I think we need Amrabat. We do. Hopefully they just go out and sign Amrabat now. Hopefully Harry Maguire leaves. Hopefully we actually make some signings this week because at the moment we've signed Onana. Great. Amazing signing. We've signed Mason Mount. Not that excited about him. And we've signed Rasmus Højlund, who's a striker for the future. We haven't done enough to bridge the gap. Nobody in the chat can sit here and say Manchester United have done enough to bridge the gap with Manchester City. We haven't. We've signed a good goalkeeper. And let's be honest, that probably is about it at this point. Rasmus Højlund might come and score 30 goals, or he might score 5. There's no guarantee, you know? Mason Mount, most of you didn't even want, you know? Like, so when you look at it like that, have we really improved our team that much? When you see people like Chelsea going out and buying Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia at the same time, as well as buying countless other players. Like I said this on the stream earlier, like we really, really need to bring in more people. And we just need new owners. We need a whole fresh take. We need a whole new backroom staff. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of Erik ten Hag or any of his coaches, but by way of the director of football, by way of the technical directors, all of that stuff, everything needs to change. And I'm not blaming this on the Glazers by, you know, we've just won the match and I'm still saying the Glazers need to leave, okay? Because it is a whole culture thing at Manchester United. What we've done this season in the what we've done this transfer window isn't going to bridge the gap between us and Liverpool. It's not going to bridge the gap between us and even Chelsea and Manchester City. You know, and they finished below us last season. I think with the teams they've assembled now, they're going to finish above us, Chelsea, Liverpool, you know? So it is concerning. It is. Let's just hope that Martial gets some game time, because I honestly think Martial would do better than what we saw today in those front attacking three. Like, Martial is better than all of them and based on how they performed today. So I would give Martial a chance on Saturday. I would give Sancho a start on Saturday. I probably would go with this on Saturday. I'd probably have Rashford on the left, Anthony Martial down the middle, and Jadon Sancho on the right. That's what I would do on Saturday. I would not start any of the front three apart from Rashford on Saturday. If Anthony starts again, the thing with Anthony, I'll be fair to him, he does track back and he does defend, and I do like that about him, whereas Sancho doesn't really do that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what to say, really. I'm really not. It's completely thrown me. I was so excited about this game. When we did the match preview, I was saying 3-0. We're going to absolutely batter them. We're going to dominate them. They've just sacked them. They've just got rid of their manager. You know, they've lost Ruben Neves. They've lost Adama Traore. They've lost other players. They haven't really brought anybody in. I thought we were going to batter them. I really did. Maybe that was me being naive. Maybe that was me being stupid. I don't know. But what I saw today, like, I'll be honest, anybody who watched the watch along will know. Like, this is obviously stupid, but the timer on the screen stopped working. And genuinely, for a couple of minutes of the game, I just went and tried to fix the timer. And people in the chat were like, you know, nothing's happened. I could still hear it, obviously. But, yeah, overall, let's give an overall performance of the game. So, obviously, we've done the ratings of the players. Do give me your player ratings in the chat. So, Onana is 100% the man of the match. I would say all of the defenders did okay. It was only the midfielders and the attacking players. It's the same as last season. We've got a solid defence, a solid goalkeeper, but our attack has just really let us down. I would probably give the overall game from Manchester United today maybe 3 out of 10, I reckon, the overall performance. You know, 5 being average, I would say 3 out of 10. And that's maybe even being kind. Some of you will come in and say, somebody says, I watched the match and shockingly, I am not upset. Wow. I mean, you're not upset because we've won the game. If they'd have got that penalty in the last minute, you'd be coming on here absolutely fuming, I'm sure of it. We've got over 500 of you watching, guys. Big ups to everybody. Please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe. We're only 10 subscribers away from 12,600, so do subscribe if you're new. I will read out a couple of your comments as well. Incognito says, do we know how long Rasmus Højlund will be out for? So Rasmus is going to be out until the Arsenal game, which is in September, I believe. So he's out for, I think, 2 more games. He'll be out for the Tottenham game, and he'll be out for the Nottingham Forest game. Obviously, we play Tottenham away and then Nottingham Forest at home. Yeah, people are saying 2 or 3 out of 10, 4 out of 10. Yeah, somebody says 2 out of 10. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 out of 10 is fair. I honestly do. There was almost nothing positive to take from that game other than the goalkeeper and Rafael Varane scoring on his 2-year anniversary. I'm not sure what we need to do to improve, though. I don't. It's the midfield and the attacking areas that is a concern. And when you think that we've just invested 55 million in Mason Mount, we've invested, 80 million in Anthony? Like, we've spent a lot of money in our attack. So it's not like we're working on some shoestring budget and we're, having to bring in loan players and they're not performing. We've got a whole wealth of talent in those attacking positions, or at least players we've spent a lot of money on. Whether it will work or not is to be seen. I am a little bit lost for words. I am. I really, really am. And I'm not really like that. We get to the final third. We either try and run at a player and get pushed off the ball, or we lose it. So I think let's just take everything back to basics here. All we can do is improve here. Okay, Erik Ten Hag is going to see exactly the same as what we've just seen. He'll say, you've won the game, but you didn't deserve to win the game. You were lucky. Wolves should have won the game. When we play Tottenham on what's it called? When we play Tottenham on Saturday, if you play like that, we will lose and we will get battered. And you know he'll be saying that. He's not stupid. He's a very clever man, Erik Ten Hag. I know. He will be giving them that exact same thing that we're thinking here. All right. He's not going to be happy whatsoever. And all we can take from this right now is that we did win. We lost the game against Brighton, first game of the season last year. So it is an improvement in that sense. We've got 3 points on the board. Like, that's good. That really is good. Because if we put in more performances like this season, like we have today, I think there'll be games like this where we do get beaten badly, again, like we did last year. Because if that was against the Manchester City today, it would have been probably 5 or 6-0. If that was against even a Liverpool, it probably would have been 5 or 6-0. So it's a learning curve. And we've come out of this learning curve today with a victory. So let's try and stay positive with that, all right? Erik Ten Hag will give them an absolute bollocking. Sorry to swear. He will. And hopefully they learn from this. Hopefully they go on to the next match. I mean, we've won the game, okay? Only 5 other teams in the league won their first game of the season. We've got 3 points on the board. We kept a clean sheet. Rafael Varane scored. I honestly don't think we can see a worse performance than that today. I don't. And if we do, it's going to be a very, very miserable match reaction. It really, really will. So it's only up from here. Hopefully we get Amrabat signed this week. Hopefully we get Maguire gone. Hopefully we get, Todibo in. We did get a clean sheet, which is obviously great. Hopefully that's us on our way to getting the Golden Glove for Onana. That would be an absolutely incredible achievement for him. Yeah, I think we're going to go and beat Tottenham. I do. I think Erik Ten Hag's going to get them out on that training pitch tomorrow at Carrington, and he's going to give them an absolute mindful. He's going to be fuming. He's not going to let this slide, okay? He won't. And I think we're going to go to Tottenham, and I think we're going to see a much better performance. I think we're going to get some goals. I think we're going to see a different front three starting. Martial will start. I have full faith in Martial now. I do, because after watching that today, Martial could not do any worse than any of those players. I don't care whether you say get him out of my club, he's injury prone, blah, blah, blah. Anthony Martial will do a better job than any of those front three who played in that team today. 100%. Maybe you even see Eriksen playing over Mason Mount. Maybe that happens. I think changes need to happen. 100%. I don't change the back four. The back four stays as it is. The goalkeeper stays as it is. You keep Wan-Bissaka, you keep Martinez, you keep Varane, Luke Shaw, Onana. All of them are fine. Keep them on the pitch. The rest of them I think are questionable. I genuinely think they are. Let's just for a minute, let's just be positive, We are lucky tonight. We are. I think that was a penalty, and I support Manchester United. I genuinely think that was a penalty. I do. It looked like a penalty to me. It looked like he punched him in the face, but obviously we got the win. As Liam says, we're going to be sharper the next match. We will. We'll go into that game, and hopefully we have a bit more of a drive. We'll go in and we'll really, really push to get a good result. If we go and beat Tottenham, I'll be buzzing. Then we've got Nottingham Forest at home. I think we'll win that game. We could go on a bit of a run then, and that will lead us up nicely to the Arsenal game, which is the 4th game of the season. We've got the 3 points today. Let's go to Tottenham. Let's beat Tottenham. Put in a good performance. Come back to Old Trafford. Play Nottingham Forest. That'll be 9 points out of the first 3 games. That's what I'm expecting now. I'm expecting a positive reaction from this. I'm expecting them to go out there and show us why they're paid all this money. Show us why they get the privilege of wearing that shirt that we all love. That's what I'm expecting now. I honestly just think as well, I don't think this is anything on Erik Ten Hag. I don't. I think this is on the players. The players just simply weren't good enough today. The Wolves players wanted to win more. The Wolves players were better than us today. Erik Ten Hag doesn't make those decisions. He doesn't decide whether Rashford gets pushed off the ball every time he tries to run past someone. That's not... There's no way Erik Ten Hag can do that, can he? What's he going to do? Say, Rashford, don't train on the pitch anymore. Just go and work in the gym all the time and get stronger. Like, he's not going to do that, is he? It's up to those players, and they just weren't good enough today. So I don't blame Erik Ten Hag for this whatsoever. I don't. And I think anybody who does, I think it's unnecessary. I do. I think Erik Ten Hag, what he achieved last season was nothing short of incredible. It really, really was. I know the football wasn't the best at times, but we won a trophy. We got top 4. I don't think any of you would have expected that last season. I certainly did not. So I'm not going to say a single bad word about Erik Ten Hag. This was purely on the players. But what is on Erik Ten Hag, right? I will say this. Erik Ten Hag needs to motivate those players and get a reaction out of them. If we see the same performance against Tottenham next week, then maybe you can say, well, has Erik Ten Hag not given them, enough of abuse or whatever to try and give them a bit of encouragement, then maybe you can bring it into the conversation. But it's the first game of the season, at home, at Old Trafford, 8 o'clock kickoff, under the lights. They shouldn't need encouraging. They should know what it means to go out as a Manchester United player and to win that match of football. That's the black and white of it. Somebody's asking about the passing accuracy of the game. I honestly do not want to know what our passing accuracy was. It was probably like 5%. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Every single time we got the ball in the attacking third, we gave it away. Pretty much. Like, it was woeful. It honestly was. And you're probably seeing a slightly different angle to me tonight, guys, because you know how I am on this channel. I'm so positive. I really, really am. And some people say, oh, you're deluded or you're not being realistic. And you're seeing the realistic me here now, okay? I'm not someone who's going to play up to the camera to get clicks and likes. That's not my vibe, all right? I'm a positive person. But after watching that, the only positives I could say was we've got the 3 points. We didn't lose. Onana looked good and Varane got a goal. Those are the only positives. Everything else was pretty rubbish, wasn't it? So that's just my honest opinion. Lumen says, Kieran, isn't Erik ten Hag responsible to bring stability and calmness in the team for the last few minutes? I don't think you can blame that on Erik ten Hag. What's he going to do? Run out there and start a team huddle in the middle of the pitch and say, come on, boys, you've got to be calm. Like, it's all mentality. It's a mentality thing. Erik ten Hag says this all of the time. He wants players with an elite mentality. Maybe some of those players don't have an elite mentality, you know? Maybe their heads drop. Maybe things aren't going so well. So Tim Howard, the VAR ref, whatever, has apparently come out and said it's not a penalty claim against Onana. That's never given. So apparently it wasn't a penalty. I mean, from where I'm sitting, it looks like a penalty, but I don't know. Who knows? Right, let's read out a couple of comments. It would have been a bit harsh. It would. I mean, he was able to go and play that ball, but I was just sat there thinking, oh no, it's going to be a penalty. Oh no. What would you guys think needs to be changed for the next match? Let me know in the comment section. What would be your kind of things that you think need to be done? I mean, one of the highlights of the game was genuinely the person who ran on the pitch. Like, that was pretty entertaining, wasn't it? Like some people are saying on Twitter, like, the man who ran on the pitch probably won us the game. Wolves were literally looking like they were going to score, and then some guy runs on the pitch and starts running around like an idiot, and we managed to see out the match. So maybe we all need to thank him. Maybe he's the man of the match. Oh my god! Obviously, I'm joking, but you've got to just try and take a bit of a laugh out of this, you know. It's late here in the UK. I'm going to go to bed in a minute, so I want to try and stay. Rajat says we can't be parking the bus for home games like that. I wouldn't say we parked the bus as such. I would just say that when we did get the ball in the attacking third, we just didn't know what to do with it. That was my take on it. I honestly think it's a mentality problem. I really, really do. I know it's only one match. I know I'm not going to, be overly dramatic about it. I've said how I feel. I've said that I'm not, happy with the performance. We've all gathered that, but I think it's just a mentality thing, and all we can do here, guys, is we can go out and we can do better next time. That's all we can take from this match. We go out and we win that game against Tottenham and everything changes. If we put in a good shift against Tottenham and we beat them, everything changes. It does. It goes from terrible to positive. That's all it can be, isn't it? So we've just got to see it like that. I'm going to wrap up the video here, though, guys, because, we've been live for like 3 hours now. Thank you so much to everybody who's watched. Thank you to everybody who has watched the watch along as well. Please do smash a like on the video on the way out. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please do let me know in the comment section how you thought of the game, what you think needs to be improved, who do you think needs to play next time instead of other people, as I always love seeing you guys' opinions. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time for your usual morning show. So have a lovely morning, evening, or day wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you guys later.